Welcome back, folks. I am back going to talk about this young man, Ace Bailey. He's from Rutgers. He's a first round draft pick for the Utah Jazz. He went out of his way to tell the Utah Jazz that he would not participate in any action, form, and shape to practice or to work out with the Utah Jazz, thinking that he was going to be able to pull his string. Guess who reminds me of? He reminds me of two guys. Now, Charles Barkley is the most recent one that I can think of, besides not just this year, but in the past, that he went out of his way to get out of shape, get fat, get chunky, to play with, and to get not drafted by the 76ers. And guess what they did? They drafted him from Auburn to the 76ers. And that didn't work for him. Isiah Thomas, the Detroit Pistons, he really tried to be disgruntled with the GM of Detroit Pistons back in the day. But Detroit still drafted him. And you know what? The best thing that ever happened to do Isiah Thomas was what? Being drafted by Detroit Pistons. Became a legend in Detroit. It became the heart and soul of Detroit Pistons. He was the man. He was better than the Michael Jordan. He's better Isiah Thomas, and he's better than the Magic Johnson. He's the only one that could beat all three of them in their prime at one point or another. So, Ace Bailey, you are in the opportunity of a lifetime to be on a team that's no good, that they will have to work around you and everything else possible. So, and you know what the weird thing about Ace Bailey is the fact that he's got two parents and an aunt that are all athletes. His mother played college ball for West Virginia, and his father played for Houston. And his auntie, she played for the 1996 Olympic team. So you have a thrive of having a family line of of pretty good athletes, but your attitude sucks, and that's unfortunately your attitude sucks because you know what's going to happen. Let me tell you what's going to happen if you don't change your attitude. They're going to push you out. They're going to throw you away. They won't even try to trade you because no one's going to else want you. And instead, you're going to have a really bad job someday if you didn't finish some form of college or some form of trade school or anything. Because you know what? I am disabled. I have one good hand. I got a really bad hand right over here. And you know what? I'm not even the cognitive great intelligence. I can make sentences. I can be reasonable. I can be justification. I can be all those things. But you know what I don't have? I don't have a great job. You know what's going to happen? You know what happens with guys like me? I have to listen to bosses and managers who I don't really like, and they're always messing up at work. They they don't know how to maintain their time and space. They don't know how to use their time and space. They don't know how to use people at work for the right situations. They overwork some people, like myself. They overwork other people that I work with. They undercut people that are not working good at all. They honor people who are not really great workers. And someday you might be in that situation where, you know what, you're going to have to count your blessings as you're a young person. And I don't know if your parents didn't bring you up with that kind of moral compass, but life gets tough. And I know you probably came from some of your friends and someone came from a rough neighborhood and all that, but there'll be a time in a day where your last name, your parents' last name, isn't going to be relevant to people. They don't just like, I don't care. If you work let's say you get a warehouse job and your manager is just not good of using their time and space and you're overworking, you can quit that job and get another one, and then you can quit that job and keep going. But you need to create a an equity of assets through the years. And people like me who are disabled, we don't get those that type of options just to quit my jobs. We have to stay at jobs that we don't like. I have a manager that doesn't know how to use. his time and space with other employees. So I'm end up doing all the dirty work. But I can't just quit because I'm disabled. No one's going to hire a disabled person. I mean, I would have to become extraordinarily smart at something. But you have an opportunity to never have to do that type of jobs that I do. So I hope the best for you, man. I just really do. And to all these other NBA players and all these other NBA drafters and all these kids coming out of college and all that, money can make things temporary well. But if you're not happy at your job, you're gonna have to learn how to buckle down and do it. And Utah Jazz right now for you is a stepping stone. It can be a place for you to understand how the NBA is run, how you supposed to work in the NBA. There's just more. You have more life skill challenges. You'll be able to understand how to work with people that you don't like, that you're going to work with. Yeah, it's going to happen, and you're going to have to learn how to negotiate with people that you do like that may try to be screwing you over. That could be happening too. But eventually, you're going to get old. And I mean, NBA players old is like maybe 28, 33 years old. So you only have like 8 years. And if you're just a mediocre basketball player, you might only have, I don't know, maybe 6 years. I mean, if you're not scoring at least 22 points a game from the time that you are drafted in an NBA game, if you're not at least scoring 22 points, 48% field goals, your free throws are still not great. But that's something to consider. So I hope the best for you. I really, really do. I just don't understand people's attitudes because I don't like my job. All right, folks. Thank you for joining me. This little my little skit about the NBA draft. I know there's another guy out there that cried a little bit. Conley Murray Boyle cried because he had to go to Toronto. But I don't want my show to be all about ragging babies a lot. So peace out. Follow me on YouTube. Follow me on Patreon. Follow me anywhere that you can find me on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I'm out. Good luck, folks. Peace.